It happened to her again. Again, she can't catch a break. It happened to her on the 2 biggest days of her life. She can't catch a break. What am I talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the show. Hope everybody's doing great. Who loves you, baby? Number one. Number two, let me just say this, all right? I need to do this. I need to do a little housekeeping. First of all, I don't say this enough, so comment, like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Please, thank you so much. I love you. The other thing is this. I have a Patreon account. Go check it out. Genius level hilarity content on there, all right? Go check it out. Go browse. Go do yourself a favor. New content getting added all the time. If you do the math, it's like a video every other day or something I'm putting up on that puppy. And they're all hysterical, like genius level hilarity. Anyways, go check it out. Go check out the Patreon. It's going to be in the top comment, pinned, and also in the description box. Thank you. Now, let's get to the big... It's not bigger than, going to my Patreon account, but it is big. Listen to this, okay? The Markle gets markled by a Markle. All right? You want to talk, this has not happened since she married a frog, and that frog moves into the frog, and then that frog gets kicked out of the frog, and then she's stuck with the frog. No other time in history has this happened. A Markle gets markled by another Markle on the 2 biggest days of her life. What am I talking about? Let's get into this crazy... This article is crazy. I don't know if you've read this. I don't know if you've seen this. This is nuts. This throws a whole nother monkey wrench into something that was a whole basket full of monkey wrenches. Markle monkey wrenches, okay? Please. And I don't say that lightly. That is both figuratively and I don't know what the other word is, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay, literally, that's what I was like. I got it. I know things. Okay, here we go. Listen to this. This is out of Daily Mail. By the way, craziest shit article you're ever going to hear. Okay? And the lady goes down. Oh, do you believe the people that are at this guy's feet? It is I'm telling you, there's something about these Markles, right? Not all of them, but there's a couple of them. I don't know. There's something odd. This lady goes down to hang out with the chief of the Markles, the top Markle, during the holiday. Like, who in the hell would take this assignment? Okay, let's get into this. This is batshit crazy. Listen to this, all right? I just want to see my grandbabies. Let's get into this. Shiesty's father. Allegedly. I'm leaving America. Bitch, you don't even live in America. He lives in Mexico. Coño, man. Why did you gotta say something like that? Why did you gotta be like that, man? Coño. Nacho, you live in Spain. All right? Oh, coño, man. You're right. All right, fine. Nacho, I'm getting out of the conversation. I'm leaving America for a new life abroad. Okay. And this is why. In an exclusive interview, Thomas Markle Sr. reveals why he's moving to the other side of the world. That's how far away he's got to get from his beloved daughter. All right? He heard that she had a new documentary coming out, and he was like, that's it. I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm out. It's documentary, a new show. Please, everything's a documentary with them. And what it means for his hopes of ever seeing his grandchildren, I'm going to say the same hopes that you've had since day one, sir. 0. Okay? Who even knows if they're there to see? Okay? And what it means of hopes of ever seeing his grandchildren. Okay. Carolyn Graham. All right? Like the cracker. Okay, baby? Here we go. Shiesty's estranged father, Tom. Oh, no. Caroline is on a very informal basis with Tom. All right? Tom here. You know what? I just call him T. You know what I mean? It's just, I just call him T. Is planning a fresh start abroad in 2025 in the hope that he can live out his final years in peace. Okay. In a particularly poignant announcement this week, his daughter, allegedly, his love of a jewel of his eye, his apple of his eye, his little baby, right? His 70-year-old baby, launched her glossy new Netflix lifestyle show, oh my God, with love. scheissmeist, Mr. Markle told the Mail on Sunday he has decided to up sticks and leave. Is he taking her legs? And leave the cliffside house in Wyoming, Mexico, as he's called home for 10 years. Okay, so he lives in Mexico, but it says he's leaving America. I got news for you. They're not the same. I don't want to blow anybody's mind here. Markle, 80, has suffered 2 heart attacks and a stroke in recent years, and says his decision to seek a new life abroad is because he's seeking peace and kinder people. I was with Mr. Markle this week as he packed up a lifetime of memory. Listen to this, okay? You ready for this? I had to look this up because I was like, what in the hell is this? We drank PG Tips. If you're in UK, you're going to know that that's a drink in UK. Who the hell has that in Mexico? I've never even heard of that. I've been to Mexico. I've been to America. I don't want to brag. And ate endless mince pies. Okay, let me get this straight. A UK dessert and a UK drink is what this American guy who lives in Mexico is now drinking and eating. Okay? As he sorted through, so while they're packing, he's sorting through his possessions, packing it into boxes, and then he burns. Okay? I'm sorry. You're burning the shit you don't wish to keep? It's pretty loosey-goosey down there where he lives, I guess. You know what I mean? Normally, most people will donate it or give it away or put a sign out in front of their house that says free or whatever. Here were Meghan's school report. Okay, so let's get this straight. Homeslick is eating mince pies and drinking PG Tips, which is a tea, okay? All from UK. Like, did everybody just send him a truckload of shit from UK and he's got it stocked? Like, what's going on here? He's got Meghan's school reports describing her as a child who demonstrates constant effort and is active with classroom discussions. Dog-eared documents he first received when she was 9 years old, which he has treasured all these years. Okay, so let me get it straight. This guy is sitting here with her school reports out. School reports out. That's what you're sitting here going, oh my God, I can't, you know what? I just have fond memories of that little evil devil and that she-devil of a woman. And, I look back fondly and remember that she got a B+ in PE. Yeah, she was able to beat a lot of the kids in running at the time, and we couldn't figure it out. And then we realized it was the size of her pontoons. Like, what? Report card? That's what this guy's got laid out in his house while he's burning everything else? Okay. This is the craziest article, folks. Okay? When she was 9 years old and he has treasured all these years. For God's sakes, man. You're looking at your kids' school reports. Okay. Something is so off here, folks. No offense. No offense. No offense. And there were endless photographs of Meghan. Notice he don't mention and nobody else. Or she don't mention. Feeding the ducks with her dad, playing crazy golf. Playing crazy golf? Have you seen her run? Everything's crazy. What are you talking about, crazy golf? Could you imagine her swinging with those predator arms? Please. Sorry, Dad. I hit it out of the whole park. Yeah, well, it's okay, honey. It's just miniature golf. Laughing during fishing trips to a neighboring lake. These images could have come from any Happy Family album. Something which struck me as particularly sad, watching Mr. Markle carefully pack up the memories he has of his youngest child, the baby he affectionately called her, Megsy Scheissmeist. Each photograph was carefully placed in plastic bags for protection and then put into boxes for the long journey wherever life may next take him. He don't even want you to know where he's going. Okay, listen, he ruined her big day on her wedding, all right? He went out and had a heart attack, okay? On purpose. He did it on purpose. You know what I mean? Markles have to outdo other Markles, right? For dominance in the media. That's how they roll, all right? She can't get one up. He's like, you know what? I'm not going. I'm having a heart attack. Frig it. Let's go. All right? Listen to this. Okay, so just to recap. He's eating, drinking UK tea, eating UK pies, but all this Megsy shit is laid out, and that each one he's individually shrink wrapping for this, trip. And by the way, the reporter who's at his house watching him burn shit and the whole deal has no idea where he's going. Okay? Does that sound crazy to you? Does that sound crazy? Does that sound like Why wouldn't you say, oh, I'm going to, he doesn't want any speculation. You know why? Because there's probably something a little more to the story, okay? Why wouldn't you tell him? What do you think people are going to find? Don't you think you're going to stand out in whatever country you go to, sir? Don't you think you're going to stand out? What if you go to, wherever? Thailand or whatever your deal is? Don't you think people are going to know who you are? Okay. On the table, here it goes. Here's where the level comes in. On the table were videos of Scheissmeister's first wedding to Hollywood producer Trevor. Okay? Have you ever moved, folks? Have you ever in your life moved I don't care if you moved next door. No, this sounds so bullshit to me. Okay? Who she married on a beach in Jamaica in 2011, only to divorce in 2014. Because 2 years before she met H on a blind date, allegedly. I really like Trevor, Mr. Markle said softly. I don't think he ever understood why she dumped him either. Probably because she wanted to, move up in the world. All right? She's like George Jefferson and shit. She's like, moving on up. To be with him at this time, particularly over Christmas, felt especially emotional. So the reporter is spending her holiday with Mr. Markle. Okay? While there is no suggestion that he is fleeing because of Scheissmeister and H, he says he hopes to find a quieter place to live and is considering options in Southeast Asia. Folks, does any of this sound wacky to anybody? Southeast Asia. By the way, he's got shit burning, packing, and this gets weirder, and he's considering options. So you're telling me he don't even know where he's going yet? Okay. He's just going to get there and kind of, willy-nilly it out. Okay. I traveled in that part of the world when I was a younger man. Yeah. Your son talked about it extensively in an interview. I don't know if you've seen the video. He said, it's a place of culture and beauty. So you know damn well he's going to Thailand. Okay. Cut the shit. Where else is he going? Was he going to China? What do you think, he's going to China? You think they're taking the Markle in, the main Markle? The main Markle's going to be in China? That's what you're going to tell me he's doing? By the way, I haven't even gotten to the Incredibly, he has yet to meet his son-in-law, H, or his...
Did your dad ever meet Prince Harry?
Yes, he did, and I'm not at liberty to discuss the details of that, but they did respectfully for both of them. And it was quite positive. So Prince Harry was quite gentlemanly, and my father was, and they did the right thing. When you're going to marry someone's daughter, you want to ask appropriately and be respectful, and they both were.
His grandchildren, Archie 5 or 3-year-old little Betty. He has come to accept that he most likely never will. Although for him, the door remains constantly open. Okay. Don't you find this all incredibly bizarre? And he's like, I'm leaving. His whole thing. Okay. No offense. Okay. No offense. For the last, I don't know how many years. I just want to see my grandbabies. I just want to see my Meanwhile, the guy's, no shit. He's, it's a 3-hour drive away. Okay, please. I just want to see my grandbabies. I just want to see my grandbabies. Looks like he doesn't give a shit about that. Okay. Little odd. Right? Listen to this. He has come to accept that he'll always leave the door open. Okay? Think about this. How bad did he really want to see his grandbaby? Okay? If that's the case. And by the way, here's what I was going to say originally. Let me just put it to you this way. If you had somebody that was constantly not telling the truth, allegedly not told the truth about him from day one since she got with H. He allegedly said all that stuff wasn't true. It didn't happen. It didn't go down that way. Everybody's story's different. Okay. Then he wants to, so she's clearly, and no offense, even without him, I think everybody has dispelled the fact that she's not the most honest person in the world. Okay. No offense. If you had somebody in your family, I don't care who they are. Okay. And trust me, I've had this. Okay. I speak from experience. If they're sitting there lying and bullshitting over everything all the time, do you give a shit regardless of who they are? How does he even know these are his grandbabies? Whoever they allegedly show up with. And what is it? Everything's supposed to be wonderful for 5 minutes because he's holding some kids that he doesn't even know if they're even, you know what I'm saying? Isn't all of it just so odd? And then somebody that's such an a-hole to you? Not only that, on a global scale. I don't know where I'll end up. Bullshit. Nobody packs up all their shit and burns shit. Okay? I don't know where I'll end up. This sounds like he's trying to not let anybody know. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. That's odd, right? I don't know where I'll end up. But it's time to move on and find a place where I can live among kind people and enjoy the time I have left. Meanwhile, Don't forget, he's been where he is for 10 years. What, are people constantly throwing eggs at him when he walks down the street? I mean, what is, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is the deal? There's desperate people everywhere. There's criminals everywhere. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? There's, you get what I'm trying, you get what I'm saying? I'm getting away from the politics of the states that disappoints me, he said. What do you give a shit? You're in Mexico, dude. What do you care? I don't even get that. This is the lady. He looks great, by the way. He looks better than his daughter, okay? He's 80 years old. This guy had 5 heart attacks and 3 strokes. He looks fantastic. He's like, I need to go out and live. I need to go party, right? By the way, wasn't he like getting wheeled around and all this shit and everything? Meanwhile, he's 80 years old. This is her, and here's the photo of them. He looks fantastic, okay? Now listen to this. Despite living in the beachside community of Rosarito, okay, it's not that great. Mexico, a 250-mile car ride from the Dunskies. He's never been once invited. Okay. Neither Scheissmeist or Harry have ever traveled to Rosarito. Oh, wait a minute. I have a reason for that. It's dangerous. It's so dangerous. It's not as dangerous as Nigeria or Colombia or even Botswana. But it's just, I guess, Magsy, please help me. That doesn't hold water. It doesn't make it. Plus, we have security. I don't get it. I don't understand, Magsy. Why have we never seen your dad? Shut. I'm going to tell you, stupid little bitch. Okay? First of all, take your frostbitten top and just leave. Okay? All right. Talking about my dad here. Okay? This is my daddy. Who I hate. Okay. As the trailer for Scheissmeist's Netflix show this week is flaunted, Montecito teeming, beehives, fruit orchards, there's H in this, and stunning sea views, her father remains firmly in the cold. Dude, he's in Mexico. It's pretty warm. Neither Scheissmeist or Harry ever traveled to visit him. Harry asked Tom's permission to marry Scheiss during a phone call. But it was a video conference, but Tom didn't have the internet. He had to go to a cafe. It was really weird. While Tom divorced Scheiss' mother, Doria, a secretary. I thought she was a makeup artist. Her father, listen to this, a 3-time Emmy winner, was making a good 6-figure living. By the way, 6 figures in the 90s is, equivalent to probably like $250K or $300,000 now. Easy, okay? The other thing is this. Don't forget, he allegedly had hit the lottery. I don't think it was like the grand jackpot or whatever, but it was still a substantial amount of money. Twice this guy hits... lightning strikes twice. He hits a lottery twice. And although people have reported that he's gone bankrupt a few times or whatever, that's not that big of a deal. Okay, please. All right? If you know anything about bankruptcy and all that other shit, it's not that big of a deal. Either A, possible residuals. That's a possibility, maybe. But I would imagine he would be a union, especially in the 90s. And that was when it was gold. Okay? Back then. All right? This is his crib. Not too shabby, man. I mean, not horrific, but not too shabby. I mean, you're overlooking the beach, blah, blah, blah. Not too bad. The humble beachside bungalow. Speaking of beachside bungalow, here we go. Right here's a bungalow in Bungle right here. This is a great tie-in to my whole story. The beachside bungalow and the beachside bungalow right here. Okay. Oh my God, I'm laughing. I'm running. As he sorted through his life possessions this week, as he prepared for his move, he appeared wistful and happy about happier time. Oh my God, this poor reporter, for God's sakes. She's sitting here sucking down. She's like, all you have is mince pies? He's like, yeah, I got a shitload of them. They were delivered from the UK. This is all I have in my house is mince pies. I'm living on mince pies and PG tips. Jeez, can we get some Mexican food? Oh no, they don't have any. There's no Mexican food in Mexico. Mr. Markle looked at the images of him and his beautiful, always smiling thought. This is what this guy's doing before he's getting ready to move. I got news for you. This sounds so ridiculous. School events, concerts, musical, blah, blah, blah. He laughed. They were always very well lit shows. Listen to this shit. You know how stressed out you are when you're getting ready to move? This guy's going, not only is he moving, okay, he's going to another country. And this is what he's talking about. Himself lighting a children's frickin' school production. Tell me the apple does not fall far from the tree. Everything in his life is going 1,000 miles an hour or going in, chaos. And he's focused on some bullshit he did 400 years ago that nobody gives a shit about. Nobody even gave a shit about it when it was happening. Okay? Nobody did. The parents didn't care. The kids didn't care. The staff didn't care. Nobody cared. And he is talking about this like he, rescued somebody from a situation. There were old playbills alongside of one of Shiesty's first acting. Are you shitting me? The whole house is just Shiesty stuff. I don't like some of the things my daughter has done, but I will always love her. My door is always open to her. Yeah, the guy's going to, Tahiti and shit. He's like, I wish her well. I'm taking, Lady C's, 50 grand and I'm, gonna go over there and live like a king with my residuals. I love her, and that will never change. I love all of my children. Is he talking about the show, or is he talking about his actual children? Then why are you leaving everybody at 80? Does that make any sense? Hey, I love all of you. That's why I'm going across the globe to get as far away from all of you as possible. Thank you. And I won't have internet or a phone, so sorry. Nor do I have an address, nor am I letting anybody know where I go. Okay, so good luck finding me. I will change my name as soon as I'm there. Mr. Markle is baffled by the fact that he believes his daughter blames him for not attending her May 2018 wedding because he suffered 2 heart attacks on the eve of the ceremony. How in the... wait a minute. This is the story? How is that even possible? How is that even possible? So you're going to tell me the day before her stupid wedding, he wasn't even... This is the day before? I thought this happened like, whatever, a week or something before. The day, so he's not even in the UK. He's going to take a flight and then hopefully, what? By the way, this is a guy that doesn't have a job. What's the delay? What's the holdup? Go out a week earlier. Get acclimated. You're sitting there in an internet cafe looking at books and shit of what's going on over there. I don't know. Maybe go walk around the town. Does any of this seem realistic, folks? All of this stuff is bullshit. On the eve, he suffers 2 heart attacks. Okay? On the eve of the ceremony. He pulled open a drawer containing medical records showing that. So all the shiesty evidence and everything that he needs to verify all and substantiate all his claims, Your Honor, are within paw's reach at his Casa del Mexico. Board of flight. Okay, so Meghan and Harry claimed a car was waiting at his house to drive him to Los Angeles to board a flight for London. He was in the hospital in Rosarito being treated for heart issues and was later transferred across the U.S. border to have 2 heart stents inserted. Yeah, okay? Keep that in mind. Okay? They didn't do it in Mexico. They did it in the United States. Okay? And he's now going to a Southeast Asia country. Okay? Keep that in mind. Where, it's, obviously cheaper, I'm assuming, than Mexico. Instead of walking his own daughter down the aisle, he watched the wedding in a rented Airbnb. Okay, so let me get this straight. So the eve of, he has 2 heart attacks. The next day, he's in an Airbnb. He's already discharged from the hospital. Folks, this story is so full of shit. There's nobody that has 2 heart attacks, gets 2 stents put in, and the next morning they're out. By the way, the UK is 8 hours ahead of the United States time. So he's in an Airbnb. In less than 24 hours, he goes to Mexico hospital, transferred to US. This is so full of shit, folks. This is almost as good as her pregnancy story, okay? This is how believable both of these things are. Now, and not only that, from the hospital, he rents an Airbnb and then gets there. After being discharged from the hospital, he shows me the doctor's note forbidding him from traveling. Folks, is this guy like 9 years old? Look, I have a note. Doctors will write you notes for anything. I mean, not things you can consume. But if you say, yeah, I need a note for work or whatever, they'll write you anything you want. They'll take a month off. What do I care? I don't give a shit. I'm not running away. I'm going in search of a more positive life. Every day I see something about shiesty. Oh yeah, there's no TVs, by the way, in Southeast Asia. I just want to let you know that. No televisions, no internet. They don't do that over there. This week it's been a new TV show. Holy shit. I wish her no ill will. My dream is to one day I could bring my whole family together like a normal family. Listen, pal. Wish in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up faster. Do you buy any of this bullshit? No way. The British people have been so kind to me. Yeah, considering you got 5,000 mince pies in your house, I'd like to thank them for their support. You should be thanking Lady C. No offense. She's the one that got you $50K. Wasn't it more? I don't know. I thought it was 50. Could be more. Maybe it's $2 billion. I will always have a soft spot in my heart for the kind people of the UK. And with that, he has closed the door on his home for the final time, and we got into my Cadillac. She's got to flex that she has a Cadillac. And drove to... Who gives a shit what kind of car you're driving? And we got into my... Listen, bitch. We got into my 2024 Hyundai Sonata. Does anybody give a shit? Got into my Caddy. And we rolled like two pimps down to the Los Angeles airport. So she drove him. This poor reporter has got to sit there eating mince pies, watching him pack. Oh, that's a treat. Watching somebody pack. All this Meghan memorabilia is, decorating the home apparently. All right. Oh, in this drawer, no, we don't have utensils. That's her report cards. That's her awards. Cut the shit. As I waved him and Tom Jr. goodbye, I felt sad, but also hopeful that Thomas Markle will find the peace he deserves. As he told me, it's a new year and it's time for a fresh start. Bon voyage, Tom, and good luck. Folks, that is the goofiest ass story that I have heard in a long time, but on brand and completely consistent with the Markle brand, okay? If you made it this long, who loves you, baby? Thanks for listening. I know what you're saying. Trust me, I know. Y'all be good.
Who loves you, baby? You're beautiful.